This is one of the most famous stories of Leo Tolstoy. In Old Russian, 3 saints got very famous. They became so famous that there was the biggest priest living, who was getting jealousy from those saints. Because, now people are going to the church very less, but in place they started to visit those 3 saints. The priest starts thinking about those saints, who are those, who become saints even in the presence of mine. The priest starts living very upset now. One day, in the whole day, not even a single person visited the church. So in anger, the priest decided to visit and ask those saints. The next day, he got ready with his proper priest's clothing and accessories. Those saints were living next to the big river there. With the help of a boat, the priest crossed the river and in a little time, reached to those 3 saints who were sitting under a tree. The priest asked them, "Are you those saints because of whom people stop visiting my church?" Those 3 replied, "Saint, no, we are not saints. How can we be saints? We don't know who spread this false news, that we are saints. Because of this fake news, many people come here every day. We ask them not to come here, but they never listened. But in place, the crowd is getting increased with every day past. We are fed up with this crowd, we don't like this crowd. We just want to live alone. We are very happy that you came here. Now please save us from this crowd." After listening to this, the priest was extremely happy. He thought these 3 saints were very innocent. He further asked, "But what do you do here, all day?" The saint said, "Nothing, we just pray sitting under this tree the whole day." The priest asked, "Where is the Bible?" The saints replied, "We are illiterate, we don't know how to read." After listening to this, he thought, "It's amazing that 3 illiterate people make a fool of such a huge crowd. I will make them over in front of all people." He further asked saints, "How do you pray then? Do you remember the church's prayer?" After this saint said, "No, we don't even know how to pray." Then the priest asked with surprise, "Then how do you pray?" They said, "Your prayer of church is very long and is very difficult for illiterate people like us. So we made a small prayer for us." After listening to this, the priest got shouted, "What, you made prayer of your own? Prayer is which is accepted by everyone. Prayer is written in scriptures and is very old. How can you make your own prayer?" To this saints replied, "We are very sorry, we are illiterate, you can teach us prayer and then we will do that prayer." Because of curiosity, the priest asked, "I will teach you the prayer, but first you tell me, which prayer do you do?" The saints replied, "Please don't embarrass us anymore, why do you want to listen to our prayer?" But the priest, still asking the same. So the saints agreed to speak their own prayer. They said, "We thought for many days, but we weren't able to make any prayer. Then we got to remember that in Christianity, we believe 3 forms of God. So we made a prayer on this. If you listen to our prayer then you will laugh." The priest said, "No, I will not laugh. You just say," the saint said, "on the 3 forms of God, we made prayer that, we are 3, you are also 3, so have mercy on us." On this while laughing, the priest thought, "Today I will surely make them a lesson. They are idiots, they have to come to church for me." Saint said, "Forget our prayer, you please teach us your prayer." The priest starts saying his prayer. Saint said, "Once more please." Priest says again. Similarly saints requested to repeat for 4, 5 times. Then the priest said, "Don't worry, you start coming into the church and you will learn this surely." They said, "Yes, we will come." On this, the priest becomes very happy, and started to return by boat. While he reached just into the middle of the river, he along with the boatman got surprised by seeing the saints shouting and calling the priest while running on the water of the river. By seeing this, the priest thought, this was done only by Jesus. How can they do it? The saints stand near the boat and ask the priest, please tell us the prayer one more time, as we are having debate on the prayer, as we forgot your prayer. The priest almost went into the feet of the saints and said, please forget what I told you so far. Your prayer is far better than mine. Your prayer is the best because it has been heard and approved by the Almighty. And actually the truth is, from now onwards, I will do your prayer too. It's my mistake that I thought you and your prayer were lesser than me. Actually, I am far smaller than you. Do prayer, not to gain or achieve anything but to just pray. Is not that a true prayer? Do comments here. We want to listen to you, so with this story, Leo Tolstoy wants to convey a message that, if our prayer is true and from the heart without any selfishness, then it will be heard by the Supreme.